Today I'm coming to you from Sizerville State Park up in north central Pennsylvania in Elk State Forest. Yeah. So basically we're going to be doing the Bucktail Trail, 34 miles roughly, starting this morning. So I camped up here last night at Sizerville. I'm going to do two separate videos for this one. I could not find hardly anything online for the Bucktail Trail, so I'm going to make a separate video discussing all of the logistics of the Bucktail Trail. But this video here, I'm just going to do like the basics, anything interesting that I find on trail, and vistas, anything like that. I'm going to meet the rest of the group at 10 o'clock, so I got about an hour and a half to tear this tent down. I brought two separate setups here last night. I got a tent set up, but I'm taking my taking my hammock with me on the trail, so I didn't have to unpack anything. And I'll just throw this wet tent in the car. It was a disaster last night. Yeah, as soon as I started setting up this tent for only the second time out in the wild, it started raining, and I couldn't get it. It was just a disaster, basically. I'll just leave it at that. If you can see it behind me here, there's they built these tent pads, and they made them out of like that crushed limestone stuff that they use for rails to trails. This stuff is not good at all for any kind of tent that you have to put a stake in the ground. I found that out, so I had to move over here onto this ground. So anyways, I need to get to it, get some breakfast going, get this thing torn down, and yeah, we'll get the day going. And we are off Bucktail Path. I hope we're not going to get our feet wet already. Yeah, looks like we're getting our feet wet. A few steps into the entire thing. I don't see any way around this. Okay, first water crossing, and we haven't even left the parking lot. That area we just went through was the Johnson Run natural area. It's a little after 2 o'clock, and we got rain. It wasn't supposed to rain. So, fortunately, I did bring this old raincoat that isn't much more of a windbreaker anymore. But at least I got something. But, yeah, this forecaster last night and today has been not correct. Oh, and by the way, I do have a song of the day. I'm going to go with an oldie but goodie, Docking Into the Fire. I have not been filming much because there hasn't been much to see yet. And we're at least 6 miles into things. And we are on this, I guess some kind of pipeline. We've been on this for quite a while, and I can see up ahead it goes on for quite a while. This part right here has a kind of a Dolly Sods vibe to it. Our first vista of the day. Another good panorama. And looks like we're in for hopefully some clear weather, because that is the west over there. There's the rain that just went past us is over there. A real nice section of trail here with the birch trees, pines, mountain laurels, blueberries. Of all the fire towers that I've seen on trail, this one is in the best shape of any of them. Unfortunately, it is locked to the public. There's supposed to be a water pump around here somewhere, but that's according to All Trails, so we'll see what happens here. Hey, property of Pennsylvania. Let's see what's inside. Dining room, fireplace. Let's see what we got over here. 2 sets of bunk beds in there. Let's see what's around the back. Little outhouse over there, I guess. This is just like storage or something in here. Oh, there is a water pump, and it works. Look at that. So the water pump is on the back side of this cabin, and it actually works. It's a two-person process, so let me give a hand here. Well, the outhouse is unlocked, and there's a bolt here for it, and that's what you're looking at. There's no toilet paper, so you gotta have your own. But I guess it'll work in a pinch. Better than digging a cat hole. Coming into a nice section of pines, and I hear running water. And I believe that may be the indication of where our camp is supposed to be. 10.85 miles on the day. And this is going to be our campsite. There's a somewhat established fire ring. Hasn't been used in a while. And got a good water source as our first water source all day, other than the water pump at the fire tower. So, yeah. We got three tenters, 2 hammocks, so we'll definitely make this work. Well, it's not even 5 o'clock yet, and we are, like I said, at camp. And my sister wanted to know what I do when I get to camp. Apparently, I guess that's what she was asking about. So, today, the first thing I did, obviously, was set up my hammock. I'm going to leave the tarp is going to stay in the snake skins, because I don't think we're should be hopefully all right with the rain. So other things I got going on, I got over here, is the fireball is chilling in the creek. And yeah, I'm good on water. Sometimes I will go ahead and get some water, some dirty water, and filter. I also am going to go find somewhere to hang a food line for later. And then I'm going to go find somewhere to pre-dig my cat hole, probably up on that hill in those pines. 5:30. Good call on putting up my tarp. I was just going to leave it in the snake skins. And then I saw that Tara had her tarp set up. And so yeah, it just started sprinkling a little bit, enough to get under here. And Doug's got one of those white gas stoves over there. I don't think I've ever seen one in action, in person. We have a little fire going. Need to keep that going to get these bugs out of here. It's 9 a.m. Our scheduled time to leave was 9 a.m. We got right on time today. Got down to 36 degrees last night, and slept very comfortably. Good sleeping right next to the creek. And it's, I don't know what it is right now. Oh, that's really warming up. 48 degrees right here in the sun. Should be supposed to be good weather today, so we'll see what happens with that forecast. We got about 13 miles to do today. Already this early in the morning, I'm gonna have to go with Song of the Day. It's from one of 2 bands that I don't like either one, but it's the Machine Head, I think is what it's called. And I know it's either Bush or Nickelback. I don't think it's Bush. So we'll make that my final answer. And check when I get home, see how I did. Well, this is such a beautiful day for a hike. 59 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful morning. Coming down into this ravine, and it's starting to get pretty steep. I could see like it just goes way down there. So I believe our designated first break spot was about the 4-mile mark, so it would make sense if there's water at the bottom of this hill that's where our break spot is. Well, this tree section, I'm not sure exactly what's holding that up. I better hurry underneath it. Yeah, I can't tell from this side either what's holding that up there. 4.59 miles. We're still working our way down this ravine, and there's a nice cabin over here. Down here, I believe this is called Rock Run, where we took our break. And I don't see any established campsites. You probably make something work for sure. So what had happened was David hurt his knee. I think sometime yesterday he hurt his knee, and it was really bothering him on the downhills. So there were 2 guys at that campsite that we just passed right before our break spot. He made the decision to go back and see if they could give him a ride back to his car. And they were gracious enough to give him a ride, so he's headed back to his car. And yeah, you gotta just make the best decision, unfortunately. In this case, to get off a trail, but I guess it makes the most sense. You're not gonna be able to make it, without messing things up even worse. So we'll look for Dave on some future trips. And now we gotta get across, and it doesn't look like we're keeping our feet dry here. Are you trying to build a bridge? Oh, that's not a bad idea, building a bridge. Hold on, let's see if we can find some more wood. What's surprising, as close as this section of trail is to the Becky's stuck. As close as this is to the to the road, it's like we had to come through this and now get around this, and then looks like we're getting our feet wet again.
I'm all right.
I think I'm gonna have to go across on my butt. I don't know. I don't know if I trust being up that high and falling off. Oh, and then of course Dirk has waterproof boots on. Yeah, I'm gonna kill myself if I do this. I don't think I can. And I did manage to get my feet completely drenched in that crossing where Becky walked across the big log. I didn't trust my balance, and if I had to shimmy across on my butt, there was a branch sticking up right in the middle of the log. I wouldn't have been able to get around, so had to bite the bullet on that one. Fortunately, it's like 69 degrees right now, so I got a dry pair of socks drying on the back of my pack right now. Pretty much dry from yesterday. Best waterfall on the trail so far. Too bad I can't get a better view of that. Another nice one. Now this is more like Pennsylvania here. The trail is a boulder field. A decent waterfall. There's a really nice double waterfall down there. I'm hoping, like almost a triple waterfall. Hopefully the trail will take us down there, because that looks really nice. Here's the waterfalls from this angle at least. Pretty nice. Goes down here, smaller falls, and then one big one here. There's Becky found her way over. And here we are from the very bottom. Okay, here's the other side. Very nice. And I'll look from the rifle waterfall. Interesting open areas up here. I think these are all blueberry fields. We just come to the bottom of the hill. We're coming out to the road, and we just passed these. We just passed this hunting cabin, and these guys were out. A couple of guys, older guys from Newcastle, PA. They were out, and we got some trail magic. We got some beers, and filled up on some spring water. So really nice guys.
I'm not really a beer drinker, but I do like Miller.
They told us how to avoid the muddy section down here.
The only one that the hops doesn't really upset me.
And yeah, cool. Trail magic.
Like having,
gotta love it. Okay, so we're coming out at the end of their driveway and onto this dirt road. Is this dirt, I guess? The guy said to avoid this part right here. The trail goes down here because it's all muddy. They said if we go down the road, we'll be able to get back on the trail easier. Actual bridge crossing. Look at this, a couple nice sized creeks coming together right here. And there's a smaller little stream on the other side. A campsite. Nice. It's like an old beaver dam here. It must have been their lodge out in the middle. Well, just after the bridge crossing, we found Tara. Okay, we're gonna go scope this out and see what this looks like. This might be home for the evening. The morning of day 3. This is about a 10-mile hike out today, roughly. So we had a good campsite here last night, and got down to 35. It was like 10 degrees lower than the forecast. This forecast has been ridiculous, but fortunately it didn't rain because I didn't drop my tarp. And I think we have rain coming later today, so hopefully we get back to the cars before that happens. Yeah, we're trying to be on trail by 8 o'clock, so it's 6:30 now. It's 8 o'clock, and we got on the trail just a few minutes before 8, so pretty much on time today. 49 degrees already, and I think the hardest part of the day will be the last 2.5 miles. Let's see. We got a 1.5 miles downhill to the cars, but before that we have a mile of uphill. Other than that, I think it should be relatively easy. Just a little bit earlier I had a song in my head. It was I think it was the Beaches Resort commercial theme song. And that has morphed into the official song of the day, which I'm going with Ray Parker Jr., Ghostbusters. I don't know how I got onto that one. We just had a bit of a road walk downhill. It's a nice cabin down here. But, now we're starting the big climb, last big climb of the day. Look at how this big tree just twisted when it came down. We're on the final descent of the day. About a mile, somewhere between a mile and a mile and a half to the car now. So yeah, I guess I might as well just go ahead and wrap things up. I'm not expecting to see much on the way down this hill, to be honest. Kind of like what I expected out of this entire trail. I knew there wasn't going to be much to see. The waterfalls was probably the coolest thing. Probably definitely the coolest thing on the trail yesterday. So anyways, I'm going to, I guess I'll just put like the total miles for the entire trail down at the bottom here. But for any of the real details of the entire trail, like I probably mentioned earlier, I'm doing a separate video for anybody that's interested in actually hiking the trail instead of just looking at my pictures of it. With all the details of campsites, water sources, yeah, all that stuff will be in the other video. So check that out if you're interested in hiking this trail, because there wasn't a whole lot of information online, especially on YouTube for it. So yeah, unless anything exciting happens, we're going to call this a wrap for this video. And yeah, like I said, check out the other one if you're interested. And that's it. Thanks for watching.